2024 was one of the best years we've had on the channel. It was filled with serious highs and funny lows. This will be the first time I've had enough content to create a best of video, so I want you guys to sit back, prop your feet up, and enjoy these best moments of 2024. We're going for a Pulsar Turbo. So this is the new housing. I've already put on my downpipe. I got the O2. I love this setup right here because it gives me a lot of room off of the brake booster. New turbo is installed. Looking really good. Man, that is such a difference. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do a sound test. So we'll do with the silencer and then without the silencer. Like I said in the sneak peek video, this is the ISR Performance GT single exhaust. It's a high flow cat from ISR Performance, the mid pipe and the down pipe off the turbo. On a good note, the car isn't stupid loud anymore, which is really good. I'm happy about that because, don't get me wrong, in my younger days I would have been all over the open downpipe, loud, obnoxious, but still sounds rowdy though. With that being said, this is for launch control. We're gonna go ahead and install this. Let's try to find the best spot. I'm thinking maybe somewhere here, or maybe somewhere right here. And I'm gonna make sure that I do this in the most professional way that I possibly can. So I got some Deutsch connectors, which I'll go ahead and take these, use these to create my pretty much like a flying lead harness connector. We'll go ahead and hook that up. I got some closed pins, and I have the tools somewhere around here. Oh, there we go. Wire stripper, and then this is the crimper for closed and open pins. Alright, so our activation input, I got that switched around. That's now on analog 3. I'll go ahead and drop this down. Let's go 2750 for activation, and then we'll do a cutoff at 3,500. Fuel enrichment, I'll put that at 20. And then we'll keep the ignition retard and the ignition angle restore rate at the same. Spark cut percent, we'll leave it at 100. 80% for the activation, for minimum TPS activation, we'll go ahead and leave that at 80. All right, so that's the settings for now. Let's see what it does. All right, that's enough. I don't want my neighbors calling the cops. I don't know if you can tell by how crazy the fitment is right there, but it's Duraflex. I'm gonna get these fitted up. I'm gonna make these work. I do like this vented style. It is the Sport D1 or D1 Sport over fenders. They're 20 mil overs in the front, which kind of works for me. This side's not done completely, but this side's pretty close. I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. Looks like he's driving a spaceship car. Yeah, that's sunk. We'll go from there. We'll see what the finished product looks like. So let's go. Duraflex is junk, complete junk. You guys will see throughout all of these time lapses, all of the heat. They fit better. I'll give them that. They fit better, but man, you gotta work these things. Oh, so much. I still need to do a little bit more trimming on this driver side. Once I get all the around the corner light, up by the A-pillar, and then around the door, once I get most of that fixed, this will all look a lot better. I went through, completely redone my entire timing table. I think based off what I was looking at, my timing was way off. All right, so definitely still breakup issues, but RPM was a lot quicker this time around, so the timing is a lot closer. Now I'm starting to think that it was fuel cut, because every time it would get to that point in the RPM, it would go lean. So, and I have fuel cut, I have all kinds of safeties in here, so if it gets too out of hand, it'll just put it in limp mode. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, getting this coolant system dialed in is my main priority. I'm gonna throw an additive in. It's the VP Racing cool down. I've used it a couple times, and I've also used water wetter. They both seem to work pretty well at holding your core coolant temperature down at a good, we'll just say a good safe area. 230 degrees is not ideal, obviously. So we're gonna go ahead and work on that, get that situated. And then on top of that, I got a couple more mounts in today, GoPro mounts. So we'll see if we can't get some better footage for you guys, and also clean up this tune a little bit more. Where the tune has been at, I'm just making small adjustments because I don't wanna make one big adjustment and not know what fixed it. Get this car lifted up, do this coolant, get it pretty much ready for the test drive, and then I'll take you guys along for it. So let's go. Look at where the coolant is at. Can you see that? 217 degrees. Alright, so I got the car lifted up in the front, took the coolant cap off. It looks like it had already started to spew a little bit of coolant out. I'm trying to check right now to see where we're at on temp. 186. So that bubble, with it overflowing the way it did, that bubble must have been my problem. So I'm still gonna put that cool down in it. My fan is it's set to turn on at 194 degrees. It's at 192, 194 now. There goes the fan. So even though it is right where it's supposed to be right now, the second I start driving, it shoots up. I got my heat on in the car to see if it'll help push it through that heater core, and maybe there was a bubble hiding in there somewhere. We'll go ahead and put that cool down additive and then go from there. I'll pick back up after that. Alright, so let's see if the cool down has helped. Hard to see the screen of the tablet. That'll have to be one of the things that I fix. That's how hard it is to see. It's not flashing red yet, so that's a good thing. Traffic for days right here. have to do some more work to the timing. There goes the temp again. Give it a second, let it cool down. And then I'm also gonna look and see what just transpired from that. Once I'm able to figure out this overheating problem and get this thing running at a good operating temp and not overheat anytime I go and take it for a drive, I'll feel a lot better about it. On this one right here, I let you guys down big time on this. Come on now, you guys know it was inevitable. I was gonna get too carried away and I was gonna turn this boost up, and I did just that. We got problems. We got noises that don't sound all that great. Now, based off the smell, smells just like a KA. There's no difference in that. It doesn't smell like coolant and it's not white smoke. So I had a really big plan to do a really fat burnout in the front of the house right here and kind of end the video off with that. Looks like other things prevailed and a couple signs showed up that we didn't want to see. I decided, you know what, let's turn the boost up, let's see how the car reacts to it. Lo and behold, we found a problem. is not gonna be cheap. I'm obviously hoping for the best, expecting the worst. And I think what I'll end up having to do over the next couple weeks is at least get the valve cover off, look at the cams. The way that this sounds, it sounds like a lifter tick. I bumped the boost up to 25 pounds. It felt good. I was super excited to unveil this to you guys and it be in better spirits. Based off these sounds I'm getting from this motor right now though, can't really be too high spirited. Today, damage report. We're gonna take this valve cover off, check the cams, check the buckets, see where this noise is coming from. Let's see exactly what's going on under here. Oh, wow. What is this? Do you see that? What do those look like? Valve seals. The smoke is my valve seals. These were supposed to go in and somehow I didn't do it. And I can almost guarantee, so I went through 2 different head gaskets when I was building the motor the first time around. And these were supposed to go in when I lapped my valves and got all that stuff done. But I didn't put these in. So the smoke that I'm getting now is my valve seals. I'm also not 100% convinced that that bolt is what this noise is. I don't know. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna see if I can get this started, and I want to see if the noise is coming from that spot right there. So let's do that. Even though I made a mess, that is 100% my noise. It is coming from that front cam cap. I don't know how this happened. This is so wild to me to see this. Now that I know that's where my noise is at, it's probably causing that cam lobe to hit in a very weird way, and that's what's making the smoke. My best bet. That is absolutely wild. And made a mess in the process. That is great. Go and do a full cleanup on aisle 3. I got the clearances wrote down on intake and exhaust. It's not anywhere close to where I thought it was going to be. I do have 2 on the exhaust and 2 on the intake that they need to be switched. Now we just got to figure out if I swap those buckets from that intake side to the exhaust side, if I can get rid of the lifter tick. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's talk about our tools and parts. Laid out here, you can see the feeler gauges, my torque wrenches, socket, ratchet. This is just to make it a little bit quicker. Usually it would just be this. To get your cam buckets out, you'll need a magnet to get those out. Now we can tighten down the cam sprocket bolts, which those are 120 to 130 foot-pounds. We'll go ahead and get that done now. Double check timing. You should be good from there. Get the valve cover back on. We'll give it its first fire up. There's oil all over the place. I probably won't let it run too long because I don't, obviously oil and heat will create a fire. I don't want that to happen. That could be one way to get rid of all of the smoke. Wow, that's a lot of smoke coming out of the tailpipe too. Shoot. Turn on this exhaust fan. Sheesh. The turbo wasn't spinning. Look at this though. Now it's time to get to this. We need to get everything unhooked, disconnected, take off all the charge pipes, get everything out of the way, and then we'll get to the point of pulling this motor. We'll see where the night takes us. Hard to see it, but right there, that's where this is supposed to go. That's for my vacuum block. That actually runs to the fuel pressure regulator. That's a wide open vacuum leak. I don't know how I didn't see that. This was sitting all the way down in here, and it was upside down. One issue that we can resolve. There's no way that's all the coolant that was in this thing. Yeah, that's that does not look good. Your guess is as good as mine why the bottom of this housing is leaking right now. We're finding out all the little stuff. Got some coolant coming out of this one. Nope, too high. It's literally leaking right under here. I thought it was from this dripping out here, but it's back there leaking. Well, now it wants to stop. Are you kidding me? Right here. I don't know how well you can see my hand or what I'm pointing at, but right under here. But look at this, the color of the coolant. That's blue coolant that's in this car, so I don't know exactly what that's all about. Gosh, did you see the color? Probably scratching up the paint. Send it. That's all I'm gonna say. Send it. Good job, bud. You scratched the paint. Don't touch the trim. Son of a gun. You're reaching, pal. Oh, you're the wrong size. Really? See, now we're just in a predicament where we can't really screw up, you know? Oh yeah, just leak all over everything, please. Please, for the love of this car, just leak all over it. Okay, you're turning this way, right? Uh-huh. You're coming off. Oh gosh. But hold up, let's do this. Tilt. Oh, what am I stuck on? Oh, hopes and dreams. Buddy. Alright. Perfect, you guys. I had my deep socket 11 in here. There we go. That was loose. Shake, rattle, and roll, baby. Come on. Oh, you're just stuck on it? Really? I give you all this freedom, and you just want to be stuck on it? Oh, it smells like race cars in here. I love it. Oh, okay. Hold on. We need something to ka-chow this thing off of here. Hold up. There we go. The good old hammer. What is that? That's not doing it. Ah, that did it. That's all I needed. A little bit of room. There's a lot of tension right there. Tension so tight you could cut it with a knife. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's still stuck. Yeah. 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 Okay, we got too much tension right here. Oh. Oh, you thought wrong, buddy. That works. Go ahead and put this nut back on here so we don't lose that. Probably lose it in 5 minutes. Oh, we're gonna lose it in 2 minutes if I keep doing that. Hold it. Hold your horses, buddy. Ah. Satisfying. Oh. Oh, that's gonna be right in the way. Oh, that's fine. Today, we're diving into the world of engine disassembly to hunt down exactly what's causing this rod knot. Now, before we get all Sherlock Holmes on this engine, let's recap what rod knock is. So rod knock essentially is a knocking sound that comes from the rod bearings. It can be a special case here and there where the main bearings could be causing the issue, and the crank journals that the rods ride on could also cause issues. If they're out of spec, it's going to eat up the bearings. You replace the bearing, it happens again, you'll basically pinpoint your issue pretty quickly if that's the case. First things first, put your safety squints on. You never know when a rogue bolt might go flying. First, we're going to start by getting this back over, taking that head off so I can have access to the pistons, and let's see what we can find. I took out all the buckets. I got the front lower timing cover off. I took the chain guide off, got the chain off, did all that. I went ahead and took off the exhaust. I'm gonna have to extract the broken stud over here so I can have no more exhaust leaks. I'm tired of hearing that every time I started it, so I'm definitely gonna fix that. I thought it was just an open spot, and why I thought it was just an open spot, yeah, I don't know. Heads off, there's no interference, no pretty much like a valve relief cut in any of the pistons. Cylinder walls still look good. The only thing that's weird, so watch this as I spin it. So when I spin it, number 2 and number 3, watch them at the top. So right here, still spinning. I don't know if it's just my eye playing with me or what, but this looks like it's coming down before this. Watch, I'll bring it up a little bit quicker this time. You can see what see how it starts to come down before this one? I'll do it quick. It's like smallest thing, but I don't know, maybe my eyes are messing with me. I don't know. The good thing is that I don't see anything crazy going on inside the cylinders. The pistons look great still. It's kind of making me want to just pull the rods, the rod caps, check those bearings, see if I'm within spec, and then obviously order accordingly. These all still look really good. Cylinder walls. Normal scoring on the sides where it's getting most of the thrust. Doesn't look bad though. Spin it down so I can look at 1 and 4 as well. When all of the stuff happened the first time, it was number 1. And yeah, see, it looks pretty good. There's a little bit of marks here and there, but nothing so severe where I would be worried about it. Both sides. That side has a good amount. Let me see. Yeah, it's not, I'm not catching on anything crazy, so that's looks like normal wear on the cylinders. Doesn't look like anything gouged. The cylinder walls still looks pretty good. And you guys got to remember too, like I said, the machine shop that I went through was kind of sketch, but I did go back through and dingle ball hone all of the cylinders, so everything was clean. Looked a lot better than when I got it back, I'll definitely say that. We're going to start this video off by talking about some of the tools that you're going to need to make any engine, including mine, run at its peak performance. The first precision tool that you will use is Plasti-Gauge. Now, if you're new to building engines and performance all together, you're probably sitting there wondering like, Chris, what's Plasti-Gauge? Well, Plasti-Gauge is actually a tool that you use to measure your clearance on rod caps and main bearings to know if your rods are loose, tight, or right where it needs to be, which is exactly what this is a game of tolerance. Your clearances have to match up. If they don't match up, you end up with things like this. When tolerances are off even by 1/1000th of an inch, it will create destruction. Oh no. This one has seen some heat. This one has seen some serious heat. Okay, so this is number 3. This thing has been getting overheated really bad. Wow. Got the color changing. So that lets you know that there's been a lot of heat, a lot of friction in this area of the cap. All right, so this is how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead, put some Plasti-Gauge right here, clamp it down with the torque specs that it's supposed to be at, and we're gonna see this side might be too tight. So more than likely what I'm seeing is we're gonna have to turn this crankshaft, turn the journals, and then get it fully balanced, counterweighted, and then we're gonna have to size the rod bearing inserts accordingly to what we get back from the machine shop. Oh, wow. Okay, check out this rod cap insert. It's literally got a piece coming off of it. Well, we just found our spot. The number 3 rod cap was getting ready to let go. Yeah, it must have got caught on the side of the crankshaft right there on the sides of the journal and just started eating it up. Holy crap. Yeah, look at all the heat. So I wonder, once it caught, it must have stayed in place and it was just spinning. The rod cap and the rod was spinning. This was staying stationary. That's what that right there tells me. There's so much heat in this one spot. This is so ate up. I don't even know if I'm gonna get a good reading off of this one. So far, number 3 is definitely where the knock was at. And just stupidity. Oh my gosh. Well, come on over. Make sure everything is dry of any oil, because you want to get a very accurate reading on this. The process for eagle rods, specifically to the KA, is so you can do it with the OEM specifications, which the first time of torquing is 10 to 12 foot-pounds, and then the second time is 37, 38. But for eagle rods, they want you to be torquing them at 75. So I do the first 10, and then I just go straight up to the 75. And then now we'll go ahead and torque this down. Ooh. Now we can go ahead and loosen this back up and see exactly what our clearance is. Let's just hope that we're where we need to be, because this one actually looks pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and get this insert. Looks a little bit closer compared to what we did have. All right, so now I think this is where a lot of people really mess up with Plasti-Gauge. The way that you want to check it is by seeing the thickness. Oh yeah, see, this still isn't good. So between 15 thou and 20 thou is where we want it. Nope. It's like 30 thousandths. Like, this is the bearing from number 2. This is the bearing from number 3. As always, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and have a good day.